So I've been getting more into paper books that I can actually own, and most importantly that I can highlight and write in. And I'm the grandchild of a librarian. My grandma, I don't know. I don't think she'd like the idea of me writing in books, but for me, it's a luxury. I didn't take the book out from a library. I bought it myself. I used to buy books on Kindle, but I'd rather know that I can put it on my shelf and own it and look at it anytime I want. I've never gotten a book, like a used book, that had annotations or highlights or underlines in it. I've never been mad. I've always been grateful. They've always been really dope artifacts from someone, and I always paid attention to the things they highlighted no matter what. I've been going through reading online PDFs a little bit more, and sometimes you'll find a PDF with some cool human annotations, outlines, highlights. There's something special there. So when I read, I do like to highlight things just for myself, just so when I skim through it, I can just flip through the pages and look for highlights and stop on a page that I found interesting before that's useful to me. Makes it easier to share things, right? I can go back and flip through to a quote I highlighted a few days ago. Much easier than just surfing through each page. But there is a part of me that is aware that maybe one day I'll lend that book to someone else, and that maybe they'll benefit from seeing the things I thought was interesting, or just I don't know, it's a little piece of me. It's my book. It makes it my book. It holds a little piece of my brain, a little representation of my thinking, a little catalog of who I was. Oh, I recently just pulled Crypto Anarchy and Pirate Utopias off of my shelf, and it had these notes that I made when I was 14 in pencil with my terrible handwriting. And they're not good notes, but it's crazy to see. It's a little artifact of the crystallization of that book changed my life. I'm still following ideas that I encountered for the first time in that book. And I think it's a blessing to see those little notes in it. I really, really like them. So I'm going to keep writing in my books, I think. And if I let you borrow a book, you better be grateful, because I'm giving you something that's very precious and important to me. And maybe some part of it is a performance or an affectation. I don't really care, honestly. The whole process of it is good. Reading through the lens of is this a hinge? Is this a section that holds a lot? Do I want to keep this piece? Reading with a highlighter in your hand is a little different than just reading for pleasure. I think in honor of this, I might as well read the last thing I highlighted in the book I'm reading. We're talking about the Babbage principle. The second analytical principle is the Babbage principle, also discussed earlier, which has been renamed here the principle of labor calculation. Let me turn my light on. It states that the organization of a production process in small tasks, the division of labor, allows exactly the necessary quantity of labor to be purchased for each task, the division of value. In this respect, the division of labor provides not only the design of machinery, but also an economic configuration to calibrate and calculate surplus labor extraction. So I read that. I had to stop. I had to take a break sometimes and understand what the fuck does that mean? And I think I got it. I think I had to puzzle through it for half an hour. You're right. That's the problem with reading things like this, that I don't know, there's a whole universe of terms around Marxist theory that I never really spent a lot of time investing energy into understanding. But the highlights help. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to understand something that's complicated, like I'm doing right now, I think, taking little notes in the margins and then writing them back down in my notebook, and like operating, like physicalizing my interaction with the words and the terms and the concepts, and like holding them in my brain and moving them around and looking at them from different angles. That's work that feels incredibly valuable to me. Like I feel like I end up with new ideas from new places. Like I would truly love to have an idea that nobody's had before. It would be pretty cool.